Today's video starts on page 22, and we're going to talk about how do we decide if I have to find the greatest common factor to solve this word problem or the least common multiple. So you got to look for key ideas and key words. Maddie sorted her music into groups of 4, 5, or 6. What is the fewest number of CDs that she can have? So fewest, least, they kind of go together. I'm sorting them into groups, so she has a bunch of them. So what's the fewest number that she can have? This is a least common multiple problem. So what is the LCM of 4, 5, and 6? I like to do the chart method. So I know that 4 and 6 have a 2 in common. I'm going to bring down that 5. And 2 times 3 makes 6. So I have 2, 3, and 5 prime numbers. They're relatively prime to each other. So I've found enough information to get my LCM, which is 2 times 2 times 5 times 3. 4 times 5 is 20 times 3, 60. She must have 60 CDs. So Maddie, word problem, so I'm going to disable it, has 60 CDs. And this was a least common multiple problem. A group of 7th graders shared 45 Jolly Ranchers and 27 Lemon Heads. Each 7th grader received a fair share. How many 7th graders were in the group? This sounds like division. I'm sharing equally. I'm dividing into equal parts. If it sounds like a division problem, it's a factor problem. So it's a GCF problem. Sharing equally, cutting it off. Division. If it sounds like division, that's a GCF. If it's like what comes next, that's a multiple problem. So I'm going to find the GCF of 45 and 27, which I know 45 and 27 both have a 3 in common. 3 times 15 and 3 times 9. Ooh, 15 and 9 still have a 3 in common. 3 times 5 and 3 times 3. Well, 5 and 3 are relatively prime to each other. So my GCF is 3 times 3, which is 9. So there must have been 9 7th graders in the group. There were 9 7th graders in the group. And I know from my problem that those 9 kids each got 5 Jolly Ranchers, and 3 Lemon Heads. So they each got 8 pieces of candy, 5 Jolly Ranchers and 3 Lemon Heads. That information tells me, my chart tells me that. I'm going to go into the homework pages, the next couple pages here, and I'm going to do just a couple more. On page 24, you can see that this problem here, I want to do number 25 on page 24. So I'm going to do this problem. 2 neon signs turn on at the same time. One blinks every 10 seconds, the other blinks on every 6 seconds. How many times per minute do the signs blink together? So in the future, they're going to keep blinking together. So it's a kind of a future problem, so I know it's a least common multiple. When is it going to happen? Next. When it's a next kind of idea, it's a multiple question. So what is the least common multiple of 10 and 6? Well, they have a 2 in common, 2 times 5 and 2 times 3. Those are relatively prime. So my least common multiple is 2 times 5 times 3, which is 30. So every 30 seconds, they blink at the same time. How many times per minute? So every 30 seconds, that would be 2 times per minute. How many times per minute do the signs blink together? The signs blink 2 times per minute together or at the same time, right? And I'm going to do one more problem on the next page and leave the rest for us to do in class. I'd like to do question 28. A band of pirates, aye matey, shared 187 pieces of silver and 136 gold coins. Each pirate received a fair share. So they're dividing them equally, these silver and gold pieces. How many pirates were in the band of these pirates? 187. Ooh, that can divide by 15, 16. Oh, snake rule. Hey, it works. If I do 187, I have 1 and 7 is 8 and 8. Oh, so it divides by 11. 11 times, 17. Ooh, 2 prime numbers there. 136. Well, that's even. Let's see. 2 times 68. 2 times 34. 2 times 17. So what do they have in common? Just the 17, that's it. This has 3 2s and a 17. So that's 2 cubed times 17, and this is 11 times 17. So I'm doing the prime factorization method, as you can see. The only thing they have in common is 17, the GCF. So how many pirates were in the band? There were 100. There were 17 pirates in the band or group of pirates. That's it for today, mateys.